Why do you think the Celtics made this trade right now?
It does not make sense to break up Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Not only just a championship-proven core, they're in the Eastern Conference Finals pretty much every year. They're healthy. It's really crazy. And, people say things run their course in the NBA, but like, this isn't Shaq and Kobe where these guys were going at each other publicly, every week seemingly. This wasn't, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, and they never won anything together. They played well together on the court. So to me, this reads very much like there's a lot going behind the scenes that the Celtics know about that maybe we don't.
It's crazy that this could be more of a personality-driven thing than a basketball or money-driven thing. What do you make of Jaylen Brown becoming this polarizing figure?
It's really shocking to me. And what's interesting is, Brian Windhorst said on his podcast in the reaction to this trade that, some people on the Celtics believe Derek White had a better season than Jaylen Brown. Derek White really struggled shooting last year, but his on-off splits, for example, when he was on the court, the Celtics performed better than when Jaylen Brown was on the court. Like little things like that. I think Jaylen Brown's somehow become underrated during this entire ordeal. And this is someone who finished 6th in MVP voting this year, made an all-NBA team, someone who won a finals MVP 2 years ago. There's kind of two things that's happening. There's this argument, who's better, him or Jason Tatum? And that to me, like they're becoming conflated almost, because Jason Tatum's clearly the better basketball player. When healthy, when they're both at their best, Jason Tatum is someone who has an argument to be a top 5 player in the league, someone who's arguably the best player in the Eastern Conference. Like he's that level of player. Jaylen Brown's not there. But that's somehow been rolled into like, well, he's not only not a number one, he might just be a role player. And there's something to be said about, at the end of the day, like shot creation in the NBA, like as simple as like, can you go get a bucket? And like this guy averaged 29 points a game for a team that won 56 games and was top 5 in defense. To me, there's no conversation. And there is a money aspect to this, which you brought up. Like they're paying him, a max contract. Though he's got one of the most expensive contracts in the league. So like, is he worth the same as, say, Jason Tatum? Probably not. But a lot of guys who are worse than Jaylen Brown have max contracts too. So I don't know if the Celtics are that far ahead of the curve on accounting also, which is maybe playing a big role in this. They see something about the cap, landscape that the rest of us don't. But even with that being said, they've already proven they can win a title with the two of them.
With what we know right now, with the information that we have today, rank the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference.
Gosh, this is a fantastic question. And obviously I've been thinking about this a lot. I think number 1, you still have to go with the Knicks. It looks like they're going to bring back everyone except Mitchell Robinson. I think they're going to get a minimum center in free agency who's not going to be as good as Mitch, but we'll give them a good amount of what he does. So you got to put the Knicks number 1. 2 through 5, I mean, I think you might have to put the 76ers number 2. I mean, not just because of Jaylen Brown, but Tyrese Maxey's been one of the better players in the league the last few years. VJ Edgecombe was only a rookie and was fantastic. This guy, no one knows what level he can get to just yet. So the idea of him playing in a situation where he doesn't have a lot of pressure on him, can be playing off a guy like Jaylen Brown. I think I'm putting the Sixers at number 2 right now. I got to put the Pacers at number 3. I think you got to show them some respect as kind of like the defending champ. Like last year, obviously a gap year for them with the Halliburton injury. I like the Zubac trade for them a lot, even though it's tough that they missed out on a draft pick this year. I think then I'm going Raptors and then I'm going Heat if I had to round out my top 5